has to be immediate and have bite. My point to you, and this may well be the point where we start to repeat ourselves because we can't convince the other person, but my point to the good members opposite is that, fine, but why do you have to put that in place now without allowing a period of time for people to understand the arguments that you're making, be able to, oh, you know the other argument, I forgot that, okay, and be able to adjust to the things they need to have to support them in this, which is increased increased travel options, which, by the way, would also include in the cities cabs. And the city's just announced that it is going to allow an additional 100 medallions, which means 100 more cabs on the road. But I think there's also an argument for a seasonal increase in cabs in the cities. And I still don't know what you're going to do in rural Alberta. You need to talk to your rural people there. So you have failed to convince me why you need to bring this into place now and why you can't either proclaim parts of this bill immediately and proclaim this one in a year, and in the meantime work on increasing the capacity in the court system, the capacity of the police officers, the capacity of the public transit. Because that's where I'm failing to understand why you're doing this. So it does look punitive to me that you're putting this in place as a deterrence, and you admit that. But it is like changing the rules of the game midpoint, and the people get caught going, I didn't get that was what I was supposed to be doing. You will argue again that you've always been doing this, but seriously, most of the people I think you would stop on the street out there would not understand or know that you guys have had, and the minister had two new expressions, blowing a warrant, that was correct, right? Blowing a warrant?
Blowing a warning.
Oh, I'm sorry. Blowing a warning. Diction is so important in this job. Blowing a warning, thank you, not a warrant. And he also had safe highways are not for sale. So the minister is cracking hot tonight. But you still haven't given me an argument as to why you need to do that immediately. Now, he's good. The other minister is getting ready to stand up. So two other things. You still have not addressed the fact that you are unable to deal with the chronic abusers of the system who are killing people and creating so much of the carnage that we see now, who are blowing well over point, that 2% or 20% or whatever it is that is responsible for 86% of the deaths and maiming out there. You still have not addressed that. You're not doing it, and I don't see you doing it in this bill. So, and that's a point that a number of people have raised. So step up. Where is that? And lastly, I'm going to challenge those numbers out of BC a bit, because that was the numbers, and they're impressive, but they are the numbers from a 5-month pilot project. They have not been able to give us the numbers from the end of that pilot project to now. And so we don't know if they're able to maintain that level. Or like the insulin islet transfer program that we discovered here in Edmonton, the Edmonton Protocol, which did such amazing things out of the gate. And then we find that the effect of the protocol is actually pulls back a bit, and the long line average is quite a bit less than what we saw at the beginning. So there's all kinds of things that could have happened to those numbers, and you are quoting me numbers, because I'm seeing the same numbers everywhere, from that 5-month project, which went from May to February, or February to May, probably May to February, which is where they got those numbers from. But they have not continued it. And I still wonder if it isn't partly a surveillance effect where people knew they were in a pilot project or that was running, and therefore they're a bit more careful, and that gives you part of the results that you're looking for. So I'm looking forward to the Minister of Transportation.